Have you ever had this happen to you? You're busy doing something totally normal, working, cooking, scrolling your phone, when suddenly you get this wave of emotion out of nowhere. A pull in your chest, a twist in your stomach, a random urge to think about one specific person. And then a few minutes later, they call, or text, or you see their name pop up somewhere. Most people brush that off as coincidence. But if this kind of thing keeps happening to you, at some point you start wondering, wait, am I actually feeling when someone is thinking about me? That's exactly what we're unpacking today, through the lens of self-awareness, personal power, and how understanding your own sensitivity can actually become a superpower in your life. If you're into content that helps you understand yourself better, master your emotions, and upgrade your mindset so you can win in every area of life, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I share videos to help you think deeper, grow stronger, and make smarter decisions about your energy, your time, and your future. All right, let's dive in. First, let's clear something up. What do we actually mean by an empath? Think of an empath as someone who is wired with extremely high emotional awareness. While most people notice what others say and do, empaths also pick up on what others feel and don't say. Walk into a room full of tension? An empath feels it instantly. Talk to someone who says, "I'm fine," but clearly isn't? The empath's body reacts before their brain even finishes the sentence. So when people say empaths can feel when someone is thinking about them, what they're really describing is ultra-sensitive pattern recognition. You're tuning into emotional signals that most people ignore. Now, can we scientifically prove every one of these moments? Not really. There's no lab test yet that says, yes, at 3:02 p.m., person A thought of person B and they felt it. But here's what we do know. Your brain and nervous system are constantly scanning for patterns. Your subconscious is always connecting dots, and your body often notices emotional shifts before your logical mind does. So whether you call it empathy, intuition, or emotional awareness, it's worth paying attention to. Let's talk about a few different ways people tend to experience this. You might recognize yourself in one or more of these. First, there are the body-first empaths. These are the people whose physical body reacts like an antenna. You're fine one moment, and then suddenly, butterflies in your stomach, random tightness in your chest, a quick wave of heat or chills. You weren't thinking about anyone in particular, and then bam! Someone's name pops into your mind at the exact same moment your body reacts. Later, you find out they were going through something, or they were thinking about you, or they reached out. That pattern, repeated enough times, is hard to ignore. Then we have the I just know empaths, the intuitive ones. You're washing dishes, walking, working, and out of nowhere a thought drops in. I bet this person is going to message me. I feel like something's up with them. You don't hear a voice, you don't see a sign, you just know. And again, after enough accurate just knows, you start trusting that inner signal. And finally, there are the deeply reflective or spiritual empaths. These people get signals when they're still, during journaling, while meditating, right before falling asleep. A person shows up in their mind with surprising intensity, sometimes with a feeling attached, sadness, warmth, worry, or love. And shortly after, something involving that person appears in real life. Now, let's break down a few common signs that someone might be thinking about you, in a way empaths often describe. Sign number 1. Sudden mood shifts tied to one specific person. You're genuinely having a decent day and nothing has happened on the outside. Yet you suddenly feel anxious for no clear reason, randomly emotional about someone from your past, pulled to think about a very specific person, even if you haven't seen them in ages. If this happens once, no big deal. But if it happens repeatedly with the same person, especially right before they appear in your life again, that's a pattern worth noticing. Sign number 2. Physical reactions that don't match your situation. You're sitting calmly, and your heart speeds up. You get a lump in your throat. You feel like someone just walked over your memory. Then that one person crashes into your thoughts, almost like your mind is catching up with what your body already picked up. Sign number 3, strong urges to reach out. You're going about your day when you suddenly feel a heavy pull. I should check on them. You debate with yourself. You try to brush it off, but the feeling keeps tapping you on the shoulder. Later, you finally send a message, and they reply, "Wow, I really needed that," or "I was just thinking about you." Sign number 4, dreams and impossible coincidences. You dream about someone you haven't seen or spoken to in months. No contact, no recent reminders of them. Just a vivid dream. The next day, you see their name on social media, an old photo pops up, or you physically run into them. Again, one time, interesting, repeatedly, that's a pattern. But here's the really important part for your own growth and sanity. Being sensitive doesn't mean every random emotion equals "someone is thinking about me." Sometimes you're picking up on stress from your environment, your own unprocessed feelings, simple things like lack of sleep, hunger, or too much caffeine. This is where self-awareness becomes a game changer. A powerful question to ask yourself is this actually about my life right now? Or does this feel like it came from outside of me? The more you know your own emotional baseline, how you usually feel when you're rested, fed, and grounded, the easier it is to notice when something doesn't feel like it belongs to you. And this is where the self-improvement side comes in. If you are highly sensitive, emotionally aware, or empathic, that is not a weakness. In a world that often runs on autopilot, your awareness is an advantage. You notice patterns faster. You sense shifts earlier. You can understand people more deeply. The key is to manage it, not drown in it. That means protecting your energy by choosing who gets access to you. Building routines that calm your nervous system, sleep, movement, and breath control. Learning to pause and ask, is this feeling useful right now? Journaling your experiences so you can spot patterns over time. Practicing emotional boundaries so you don't absorb everything around you. So, can empaths feel when someone is thinking about them? From a strict scientific standpoint, we don't have all the answers yet. From a human experience standpoint, story after story, pattern after pattern, many sensitive people will tell you their honest answer is yes. Here's the real takeaway, though. Whether you're feeling someone else's energy or simply your own intuition connecting dots, your inner signals are worth listening to. Use them to choose better relationships. Walk away from situations that feel wrong. Move toward opportunities that feel right, even before you can fully explain why. But also use critical thinking. Don't hand all your power to unexplained feelings. Balance intuition with evidence and self-reflection. That combination is what leads to wisdom. If you're someone who feels deeply and you want to turn that into a strength instead of a burden, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm building a community of people who want to understand themselves better, make smarter choices, and grow into their highest potential. And if you want to go one step further, check the description below. I've linked some helpful tools and resources you can explore to support your growth and emotional well-being. Remember, sensitivity is not a flaw, it's information. How you use that information determines whether it becomes a gift or a distraction. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep choosing awareness. That is where real power begins.